Welcome to Harvey Dent's Fact Finder. And today I want to talk about how you should be refusing the office of the trustee. I bet you didn't even know that you were in the office of the trustee, huh? Well, I'm going to break down the scam and fraud for you because that's what it is, a scam and fraud. When we were born, we were given that certificate of live birth. From that certificate of live birth, a trust is created basically in that name. Well, in the real nice world, the person named on that trust should be the beneficiary, whereas the state acts as trustee. But this isn't that real nice, truthful world. And what they've done by getting people to respond to that name is getting people to answer to the office of the trustee. That is what you are doing when you appear in court. You are appearing as trustee for this estate. So every time you raise your hand and say, I'll pay, every time you answer to that name on a bill, every time you pick up the slack and pay, you're not only letting the state off the hook for its duties of trustee, but you're leaving the beneficiary slot vacant. Your whole life you've been answering to that role of trustee when you actually should have been in the role of beneficiary. You do have a choice, and you can refuse the office of trustee, and the court will have to honor your refusal. There are a number of ways that can be done, and then the state must step in to act as trustee. The court can be petitioned for resignation of a trustee if you want to go about formal procedure, or you can just refuse to act as a trustee. Just refuse to accept the name and give the court grounds for removal of the trustee, which is where the trustee has committed a breach of trust, where the trustee is insolvent or otherwise unfit to administer the trust, where hostility or lack of cooperation among co-trustees impairs the administration of the trust, where the trustee fails or declines to act. All of those apply. You can decline to act as that name. There are logical reasons you could be removed. If the trustee is substantially unable to resist fraud or undue influence, when the trustee holds the power to revoke the trust, substantial inability to resist fraud or undue influence may not be proved solely by isolated incidents, but the fact that you don't even know your trustee shows that you are unfit for the role of trustee and therefore can refuse the office of trustee. Because all courts, it's trust law, they must follow this. See, now there's a vacancy in the office of trustee if any of the following circumstances. The person named as trustee rejects the trust. Well, that's not you because you're not named as trustee. See, the person named as trustee cannot be identified or does not exist. That would be you. Now, refusing office of the trustee will not work if you're on the street being picked up on a warrant, okay? You can't say, I refuse office of the trustee and not expect the knuckle draggers to cuff you up and take you in. But if you're in court on a nonviolent offense and you are well aware of your status in this world and where your positions should be versus where they want it to be, then you should be able to say, I refuse the office of the trustee. I am not the named. Now, if the court in its trustee role orders you to act or says you are trustee, you have the right to petition the court concerning the internal affairs of the trust or to determine the existence of the trust. Proceedings concerning the internal affairs of a trust include, but are not limited to, proceedings for any of the following. Determining questions of construction of the trust instrument, which means they must show you the original trust document that says you're trustee. Determining the existence or non-existence of any power, privilege, immunity, duty, or right. Or also, just verifying the validity of a trust. You will definitely have some back and forth with the commissioner on duty, but as long as you never accept the name, never say, that is me. No, I am not the trustee. Aren't you the trustee on this account? Well, why are you trying to push it? I'm not trustee. And the court will assume trusteeship because it must. I'm going to start digging into this trust law because I know there's a way that we can assign bills to that name, to the state that you were born in, to the trustee of that trust that you have unknowingly been trustee of, but the whole time should have been beneficiary of. I'm going to find that method to assign those bills to the acting trustee, which should be the state you were born in. And when I do, I will test it and verify it and then share it with you. Until you find your truth, keep looking.